Hey guys, welcome to the Model Citizen Podcast. We're your hosts, Hunter and Michaela. We are so excited to have you here. All right, let's dive in. I'm wearing my Christmas morning sweatshirt.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's Christmas morning.
I mean, it's Christmas Eve.
Well, it's Christmas Eve, but if you're listening to this, you're either listening to this on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning.
If you're listening on the Patreon, right? But if you're listening on our normal Thursday,
it's Christmas Day.
It's the day after Christmas. No, because Christmas is Wednesday.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. Well, so, guys, I hope you had a great Christmas.
I hope you guys had a really good Christmas. If you're listening to this on Patreon, Merry Christmas.
Maybe, you know what we do? Maybe we release it that early as a treat.
That's a good
everyone.
Idea. A little something.
Like a little Christmas gift. Because how much would you love after you have done the gifts, eaten, taken your nap, you want to try to avoid going down to see Aunt Brenda. Yes. And you're just like, I'm busy. And you're listening to us, right?
Right. Or on Wednesday night, you're wrapping your gifts and you want a little company. You just want a little company.
Dude, I literally love, that is the dream scenario. So it's us in your ears. It's you on the floor. Yes. Back is hurting. Okay.
Back is in shambles.
You are bent over. You have, not for the right ways, you're bent over to wrap. You have maybe a little bit of eggnog, depending who you are. Maybe it's just a little rum and Coke. Maybe it's just a little.
Maybe it's just rum.
Maybe
you just have a straight up tequila shot.
I don't care what you do. It's the holidays.
I listen.
You're all just judgment to us rapping.
We listen and we don't judge.
And I want to talk about that really quick because I want to do that with Brian. And I think I need to do that one and then come clean about the fact when I used his shaver to trim up down there. And then he went for it 2 days after and shaved his face bare. And I said, that's so crazy. I don't know. Why wouldn't it have the
I think that, you're like, that's so, you must have put it on a weird setting or something.
Yeah. I think that I need to do that and do that just so we can become totally clean.
I think I should do that with the books that I read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Martin?
Yeah. You're like, this is a, this is so crazy. This is a book about dragons. Can't you see the cover?
Yeah, it's a book about dragons and someone's dragging their you-know-what's against their faces. But anyway.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm like, this is about dragons.
Dragging these nuts.
These nuts. Imagine. I think I'm going to do it.
How are we doing?
Temp check. Dude, we're doing fine. I wish it was cold here. I wish it wasn't 70 degrees. Yeah. And I feel mixed about complaining about that, but I don't like when it's warm during Christmas.
I know it is a little bit weird, that feeling. And today is 9 degrees for us. 9. Which is unprecedentedly cold.
Wow.
It snowed 2 days ago. It might snow tomorrow. So let's pray for a white Christmas. But it's so cold. So it's yes, I totally see that. But also it's so cold that we have literally been inside for 3 days. And I'm
but your house is so cozy though.
It
so
is,
it's why
everyone's
not
all
be
sleepy all day? And it's when you have 2 kids, you can't be all sleepy all day.
I know. That's true.
It's they got to get out and get their energy out.
Right.
I am laughing because listen, when you make plans, God laughs. God
Ain't that
laughs.
The damn truth.
And if God isn't absolutely howling at me right now. So I had a plan this whole Christmas. It was all y'all were going to come out, stay in the hotel. It was going to be easy peasy. Everyone was kind of going to come in the morning and then spend the day and then go back to the hotels. And it was going to kind of be a really nice juxtaposition of having my little nucleus family and then having all of you all together and we could all be together still.
Right.
So you obviously told me in November, you were like, I want people to come out. Okay. Whatever. Obviously, I understood that, but devastating. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Then it was dad came out here. He was filming something. So he's been out here all of December. And then he's been with us for the last few days. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's wrenching the plan, wrenching the plan. And then yesterday, mom texts and says she's not able to come because she's quote unquote sick.
She's
So
got COVID.
she's got COVID,
Which I
aka
thought you could
Michaela
only
didn't
get from
come, so she
people.
can't come.
Right, exactly. I thought you could only get COVID from people. I didn't know you could get
Same.
it from being in your house, but that's okay.
So
Yeah.
it's just funny how everything simply, my mother-in-law is not coming because she's sick too. I'm just like, did
Oh,
we?
she's not coming?
No, she's been sick too. I think
Mm.
it's fishy. Everyone's sick. Huh.
Everyone's sick during the holidays, during the winter, and that never happens. That's never happened in all of history.
It's just funny is all. It's funny. So yeah, we've just been doing that, dude. We are
It's so funny. Everyone keeps asking me, they're like, everyone's like, are you excited to go be with your family during Christmas? I'm just like, I'm not going this year. Like,
I
it's
know.
just such like a thing that I go out there.
I know.
And I'm
It's
like,
really weird.
I'm
Like,
simply not going, but yeah, it's
I
weird.
don't know, this
Believe me, I'm not happy about it.
this whole like time thing, A, is such a construct.
Mhm.
And B, it's so weird. I feel like it was literally December 2nd yesterday. And now I'm like, it's New Year's next week. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And
Yep.
December is like, it's not even a real month, I don't think. I actually want to look into this because I don't think it's a real month.
You're thinking it's kind of like how Delaware's not a state.
Yeah. It's like,
Right.
sure, but it's not, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, prove it. You actually
can't
can't
prove it.
prove it.
Why don't you look at the math? Why don't you look at the calendar? Okay. And then I say, okay, sure, I understand that. But then look at the math. Dig deeper than just what you're seeing surface value. And
Mhm.
then we'll talk. We'll talk about it.
December is a construct at the end of
It's
the
a
day.
construct.
Mhm.
And we know that.
We've always said
Some
that.
exciting things happened though this month.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
So it was your birthday. We
It's my
did last week's
birthday. We went to
episode. You went to
Disneyland.
Disney. How was
It
it?
was literally the best day. There really is something about not going for a long time and then going that is like so uniquely special.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you go
And
so often, it kinda takes the magic out of it.
yeah, I mean, for some people I get like they go and they go a lot and they go because they go for like the food or they go for just like the vibes. And I get that. I think knowing what kind of person you are
Yeah.
is key for anything in this world. And I'm definitely somebody who because I have such a hard time not living in absolute pure reality,
Yeah.
that like I need it to be extra magical for me to buy into it, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know
Yes,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Like I'm just so like I just need an extra dose of fantasy for it
Did you
to
guys end up
actually
staying
hit.
for the parade?
We did stay for the parade. We didn't stay for the fireworks because honestly, we got there at like 8:30 and
Yeah.
then by 6:30 we were both like
Did they do the fake snow? Because don't they do the fake snow during
they do the fake
winter?
snow during the fireworks. But dude, we
Oh.
left, got home, I took a shower and we had like a meal all before it was
Wow.
even 9:30.
That's
So it's like
amazing.
I remember looking at the clock, it was like 8:30 and I was like, dude, we would still be waiting an hour for fireworks right now.
That's
So,
insane.
yeah.
That's insane. I
And the
don't know if
wheels
I
start falling off, dude. It's
oh,
amazing
for
how kids
sure.
are passed out. They're clearly irritated. They're clearly tired.
Yeah.
Like little kids,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely insane.
I vividly remember I had a girlfriend growing up named Jacqueline, and her whole family she lived with her mom and her grandma, and
Mhm.
the whole family was like so into Disney. And one
Yep.
time during Christmas, they brought me to Disney. I think it was like maybe part of her Christmas gift or something. And I went with them, and I vividly remember sitting there and seeing that snow. And like growing up in Southern California,
Yeah.
even if it was fake snow, I didn't know the difference. I just
Right.
remember looking up in the sky and like I can almost transport myself back to that moment and being like, oh my God, this is magic. This is
Mhm.
pure magic. It is snowing like almost on command. There's
Right.
lights, there's music, it smells good. Everyone's excited. It's Christmas. Like that moment is such a core memory for me.
Right.
And yeah,
Well, it
it's
now because I'm thinking back to what we were talking about and how expensive it is, it actually kind of makes sense because it is so damn
yeah,
magical,
right.
and, they
I do
really
think
do
they need to
just
cap the amount of people though. I think that they should like have a certain amount of
yeah,
people per day
yeah.
and like
I mean, they do, but I think that it needs to be
yeah, even less people.
yeah,
Like
it
30
was
people.
definitely busy, like, it wasn't, like, a crazy, crazy day, but it was
Yeah.
definitely, I mean, waits were, like, 20 minutes for,
Oh, that's not that
rides and
bad.
no, like, 20 to 30. I mean, obviously, like, the big rides were a long time, like, Rise of Resistance was, like, an hour or something, just, like, the
Yeah.
top rides and stuff. It's so funny because, they changed, also, if you're not into Disney, you're probably so bored. I swear we'll move on from this in a second, but, they changed, Splash Mountain to be,
Oh, it's
Princess and
up
the
now?
Frog. Yeah, so they changed it to be Princess and the Frog, but it's so funny because normally, you go on the train and you're able to kind of see what's going on inside of Splash Mountain. So you like
Yeah.
drive past it and you can see in. That's
Yeah.
like basically all blocked off now. Like they do not want you to see it unless you go on the ride. And Martin and I had an idea where I don't think it's fair that you have to get splashed in order to go on Splash Mountain. I feel like I wish that you could get off at the top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
but
you
then there's
don't have to
also
get
I
drenched.
know. So do they still have the drop? Is that still like the
They do.
thing?
Everything else is the same. It's just like it's not the like sketchy, weird, like racist like backwoods vibe that they had
Yeah.
going for the last 50, 60 years. Um,
It
but they
is
won't you can't
yeah,
even see it. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I thought I'd go on the train and be able to get like like a little sneak
glimpse.
peek of what it looked. Everything's blocked off. So you like have to go on the ride, which I'm like, you
I
already have my
know.
money. The fuck do you
And it's also like you
care?
get drenched on that.
You
It's
get
like,
drenched and it ruins the day.
why?
Just let me get off at the top.
Can you imagine right before you go down, they're like, okay, it's just such a safety hazard.
Or well like or there's like different colored like different colored boats that you go
Yeah.
in and you can go on the one where it doesn't do the drop. Does that make sense?
Right.
So you can choose,
Yes.
you can be like, I don't want to do the drop. Like, I guess this is
Yeah,
just
that
me
is
being a snowflake, but I'm just
yeah.
like, man, sometimes I really want to do Splash Mountain, but I really do not want to get drenched because
I
it just
know,
ruins your
dude.
whole day.
It's always one of those ones too where it's like, okay, you either do it at the beginning of the day and let your clothes dry,
Yes.
or
Or you do it the
end of the
last.
day freeze, but you're on your way home and you just sit in wet clothes. There's really no good
Mm-hmm.
time to do it.
Nope.
Um, but
Nope.
that is exciting.
You
That is
didn't do grad
exciting.
night, right? Because you didn't like
I
you
didn't do
guys didn't
grad
do grad
night.
night.
No, no, but I did get invited to it. But like,
Obviously you're like, I'm
imagine.
not going to go to that. Yeah. In grad night down here, I actually don't know if they still do it, but for those that don't live in SoCal, grad night is where they shut down Disneyland. I mean, I don't think they do it at Disney anymore. I think they do it at Universal Studios now, which I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Really?
Yeah. But they used to shut down Disneyland overnight for grad students from high schools in the area.
Yeah, all over.
And bro, if that wasn't the absolute best time ever,
Dude, that's absolute pandemonium.
it was pandemonium, but honestly, it was actually cute because it's like everyone, you think about like 17-year-old, 18-year-olds, like, yeah, we're like going into adulthood, but like we're still kind of kids. So it's like
Yeah,
we're still like low key enjoying the Disney vibes.
right.
And you had to like meet all of these people from different schools and like, they had like a huge dance party going on. Like all your friends are there. It's like
People are
the
making out in the
last
bathrooms.
people are making out in the bathrooms. People are doing drugs in the lines. Like
Yeah,
it truly was pandemonium. I don't think I've ever been so tired in my life.
because you get home at like 3 a.m. or something,
Well, not
right?
even that. It closes down overnight and then it opens at 6, or then it closes the grad night at 6 a.m. So it's like it starts at 6 p.m. for grad night and then it stops at 6 a.m.
Oh my
So
god.
everyone had to walk back to the buses. You know how you usually take the tram from the
Yeah,
parking lot in? You had to
yeah.
walk back that whole way. You had to walk
Oh
in
my
because they
god.
weren't operating trams, and you had to walk all the way back. And I just remember walking back to the buses being the most tired I've ever been because we had been up, graduated that day, and then that night the buses took everyone to Disneyland.
Like, why do they do that?
I
That's
don't think they do
crazy.
it like
But
that
you know what?
anymore.
But no, they do because Sadie's sister, my stepdaughter's sister,
She graduated
she
in
just went to grad night at Disney. I think she went to Disneyland too.
Really?
Yeah, or Disney
Wait, she
World,
doesn't
one of
live here
them.
though. How's that
I
possible?
know. But I think it's for like seniors that are like all yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well that's cool. I mean, Disney
Yeah,
World would be kind of lit because there's just
for
so
sure. For
much,
12 hours, it's like, okay, yeah, that's awesome.
and it's huge, you know.
That's
Disneyland
so
is obviously
cool.
much smaller, but yeah. Anyway, we had a really great time. I bought a little Remy Steffi, which you guys follow
So
me on
cute.
Instagram. Which if you're not, I don't really know what you're doing. But anyway,
You love that
um,
movie too. You and Martin love
we
Ratatouille.
love Ratatouille, but it's all
He's so cute too, that little rat.
yeah, and you guys, if you know me, I don't really buy like things. I don't buy like a tchotchke. I don't really buy a stuffy, but this just like it.
Spoke.
Sometimes you just see something. I was talking to my hairdresser about it recently, or the other day because she was asking me obviously about it, and I was like, when you just like see something and you're like, you're like, if I leave this stuffy here, I will think about it for the rest of my life. And she's like, no, I do that all the time. It's a problem. Like Toy Story has honestly fucked us up.
Well, that's exactly it, is that it's like, because then you start kind of like getting into the gears start going of, okay, he probably saw me looking at him thinking that's my new parent.
Mm-hmm.
And then you walked past him and then
Oh,
I know,
don't
sorry, but
do it to me because
I
I
know.
will start
I don't want
applying
to.
this and then I'll have, okay, well then what am I going to, then I'm going to have to send them to your house to watch whilst I am traipsing across the world.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, bring it on.
I will take them.
You love to sleep with a stuffy. There's one thing about Hunter and Ava. It's you and Ava sleeping with stuffed
Stuffy.
animals.
Oh God, I love him. But really I only have like I love my one Stuffy. My bunny, it's so sad because like my bunny is so like, I'll find him on like the floor sometimes and it's like
Yeah.
sad.
Dude, I watch Molly May's vlogs now and
I was
she,
thinking about her.
were
Literally, I
you?
saw her with her daughter. That's so weird you brought that up really quickly because I saw her with her daughter literally this morning and I looked in the background and I was trying to find
Ellie Belly.
Ellie Belly in the background and I only saw her daughter stuff and I'm like, where's Ellie Belly?
Oh, Ellie Belly's very much still there. Don't worry,
Okay,
because
okay.
sometimes she'll like have her in her purse while she's like traveling, and she'll do like a shot of Ellie Belly in her purse while she's like on the train
Oh,
or something. I'm like,
good.
it's so cute. She literally takes her everywhere with her, or him. I think Ellie Belly's a boy. I don't know, whatever.
Either
But
way.
either
Gender.
way,
Gender
so
neutral.
cute that she
I
does that.
love that.
I
Wow.
know.
I love you, Molly May.
Mole May, mole.
Um,
We
I
hate you, Tommy Fury.
yeah, dude. What the fuck's up with that? What
We
the
were
dude,
rooting
you
for
could
you.
talk
We were
about,
all rooting for
but also
you.
talk about fumbling
Ooh,
hard.
ooh.
Fumbling so hard.
It's so weird because like when I started really watching them again, it was like after they had split up over, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And it is so sad to go back and watch when they were together. I'm just like, no,
I
you guys were my favorite.
know.
I literally used to say, like, if they break up, I don't believe in love anymore.
But I mean, like,
And now look at me.
now
Now
you're
look at
buying a
me.
little Remy at
Now I'm
Disneyland.
buying little Remy's at
Unreal.
Disneyland,
Oh
dude.
my
Who have I
God.
become? I wanted to ask
Um,
you, and I wanted to talk to you about, so obviously the holidays are upon.
yeah.
And I know that one thing I remember you talking about was like when people in your family, and one thing that you've been really good about is like redirecting a conversation.
Yeah.
Um, I want to get into a brawl, but you're good at redirecting a conversation.
Okay.
And so I wanted to run past you if there is somebody out there who's like, oh, I gotta go see my, my aunt,
Yeah.
my Aunt Bertha, and she's gonna talk to me about my weight and if I'm like losing weight. Like I feel like there's so many people who go through that during the holidays, and they thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of give people like some options of what they could
Yeah.
say in response to that
Absolutely
kind of stuff.
springing it on me.
I know. I'm
Absolutely
sorry, but you know what?
diminishes
But
beforehand,
also,
give
you
me
know what?
some
You
time to
need to
prepare.
get. You know what? You don't need to prepare for this, and this is why I always say you got
Absolutely
to you got
springing
to
on me.
stay ready so you never have to
I'm
get
already I
ready.
already have one.
See, this is the great thing because Hunter is
So
so used to interviews.
you walk right in the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you already know Aunt Bertha is
Mm-hmm.
known to talk about weight, right? So you're
Right.
going, here's the thing I want you to do. You go, this is delicious. Oh God, I'm so glad. You know what? I'm just like, I've so been in this space of not having to even think about food or mention weight. And it's just been so healing. Anyways, Bertha, how's everything at work? How's everything going at work with you today? Like
Right.
truly right off the bat, go like, oh, like mention it before anything and go, I'm so grateful. I just can't stand when people talk about it. Isn't it so weird when people talk about weight and stuff? It's so weird to me. Don't you agree? Like
Right.
truly.
Right.
Isn't
And
that
what if
so
someone says to you,
strange?
"Oh, you look like you've lost weight." What do you say?
I would just say, "Oh, I'm not trying to do anything," or "I'm not that's that's an observation. Thank you," or "Not thank you." Just, "Okay. Um, what's for dinner?
Right.
What did you get me for
Who's making
Christmas?"
the mashed potatoes is what I need to
Yeah.
know. I need to make sure if
Or
I
you
need
could
to
say
bring a
yeah,
hand into that.
right.
Yeah.
I think that, like, you just have to go into it with kind of,
Nip it in the bud.
nip it in the bud and just say, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm so, like, past that. I don't have to," because isn't it so boring, grandma?
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
isn't it
oh, there's so much
boring,
more going
grandma?
on in the world. Like, did you hear about that? What happened with the United Healthcare? Like, you know what I mean?
Just
Just
really derail it to something else.
derail it. Derail it.
That's the mom tactic where you just, like,
Yeah.
drop one bomb to avoid another.
Yeah. That's
You're
like
like, "Isn't so crazy about the United Healthcare CEO?" And then just the table erupts.
absolutely, because you know that's going to be a conversation that's going to last for at
I
least like an
know.
hour. And
Right.
almost at that point, you could then kind of drop that bomb, let it simmer amongst them, and you could almost slip out at that point.
Right.
It's kind of
You
a
could literally
nice,
leave because it's just
you could
absolute
leave.
carnage that
You could
you've
leave
left
because
in
it's
your
so
wake.
polarizing.
At least you don't have to deal with that this year. At least you don't have to deal with the prospect of there being, any political discourse amongst any of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Because I remember not last Christmas because I was so sick with COVID, and it's so funny because it's literally dying laughing.
At the
So
video.
at the video, so our dad put together like the most like beautiful, sentimental, like absolutely just so well done video, kind of documenting last Christmas, 2023 Christmas.
Yeah.
And
The
the
COVID
thing
Christmas.
is, the what? The
The
COVID
COVID
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yes. And the thing is that you guys know I was very ill with my first bout of COVID I've ever had. First and only, knock on wood. And it's like so funny because it's the most beautiful. It's like, oh, holy
Yeah. It's literally looks
night,
like it's like
the
a
stars. And then
film.
it's just me literally on the couch, like,
It's literally you in the background of like many of the shots just absolutely laid out.
just laid
So
out, dude. It's
tired.
me on literal life support, just in the very like off the
Yeah.
left-hand side of the screen, and
Right.
then it's just you guys like playing with the kids and like opening Christmas gifts, and then it's me literally getting resuscitated with CPR. It's an ambulance, lights in the background, like it. I was just like it was so beautiful. I was crying emotionally but also crying laughing at the same time. It was
I
like
know.
those two emotions. Have you ever been crying emotionally because you
Yes.
feel something's moving you, but also
Yes.
the like
For
comic
real.
side of your
Yes.
brain is like taking it to this other silly, stupid level? That's
No,
where I was
because
at.
I think there needs to be another cut where it just zooms in ever so often on your face with the
Right.
music.
I made a guest appearance like 3 times out of
Yeah.
maybe 700
Yeah.
scenes, and
Mhm.
all 3 times I was absolutely so sick, and you can tell my face is pale, my eyes bleary, my
Yeah.
posture a C.
Yeah.
Like, literally
Absolutely.
just
Also, I think it's hilarious how so Hudson has now clocked you and dad because the last time you were here, actually before Halloween, you got sick again.
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
And you
mhm.
like stayed home for a couple days while like Brian
Yep,
and I went out and did some things.
yep.
And this time dad is a little under the weather, so he's been laying and sleeping around a lot. And so
Right.
Hudson's like, why is everyone sleeping? Like he literally will go up to dad and be like, wake up. And Ava now will say, wake up.
Ah,
Wake up.
amazing.
And he mentioned in the video, and I was like, okay, Auntie Kayla was very sick that day. Um,
What did he say?
he was like, "Is that Auntie Kayla sleeping?" And then I cut to another one. She's like, "She's sleeping again." Just core memory. And I was like, "Well, Auntie Kayla's sick," but the same with Dad.
Yeah.
Dad has been sleeping, so it's literally like both of them are just like
Is everything okay with our
sleeping.
family members?
I'm like, I gotta check this house. I literally people come
No,
in and it's just absolute.
I
But no,
know.
you
Well,
guys have been sick.
literally, but also it's just like we do travel to you, and I think that
Yeah.
probably has a lot to do with it. It's like we're in airports, and airports are gross.
Yeah, yeah,
No matter,
yeah,
even
yeah.
though I wash my hands so much, my skin cracks. Like
Yeah, and that's why
I
you're
have dermatitis because I wash my
right.
hands so much, and it doesn't seem to matter.
It's almost that fine line of being so clean and so careful that it's almost like, when like you come out of a bubble and you're so susceptible because you're so clean. But then it's also the
Yeah.
other way of being so like nonchalant about it that you pick up everything. It's like that
Mhm.
fine line of like, okay, like some viruses are allowed, some are not. Like
Right.
it's really weird.
Right. I feel like I'm not as bad in my own environments. I think the second though I get into an airport, there's just something
Oh, I mean, the
about
airplane.
it. An airplane. And it's
Yeah.
like, I have no reason to think that because for the most part, like they're usually very clean, you know? De-
Airplanes.
depends on where you are and where you're flying. But yeah, like they do it like
Yeah.
I've never taken a
Giving
black
airplanes a
light.
lot of credit, but yeah.
I've never taken a black light or anything,
Yeah.
God
You're like
forbid.
the private planes are always clean.
Right, look, just fly a PJ and you don't ever have to worry about picking up a germ or
Exactly.
anything. Um,
Exactly.
can you imagine though if we did take a blue light to a
Like a
plane?
la
You'd
that
never see
a
me.
la Cribs or whatever. No, not Cribs. What was
Room
it? That one,
raiders.
Room Raiders.
Oh,
They would always
dude.
take the black light and
Always the black light.
and it would just be like stains everywhere. It's like,
It's so funny you talk about that
ew.
because Martin and I have been watching Mateo Lane,
Yeah.
rewatching old MTV shows.
Oh,
So
really?
next, Room Raiders, date my daughter, date my son, or whatever. I don't know if you remember those. And or True Lives. I mean, literally, like
Oh
it
my
is
god.
the most
Yes.
iconic, like it is like watch it and it just takes you
It's
back
like
to that
peak
time.
2000s. That is
Peak
so
2000s.
also, those kinds of shows now would just simply be canceled right off the bat.
So
Yeah.
canceled that like
Yeah.
but like there is something so nostalgic about watching them, and then Mateo's so funny, like he's one of my new favorites, um but yeah, I just like it's so crazy to watch them in like the fashion and like the things that people said were just like so outlandish. Oh, we were watching him also watching My Super Sweet 16, and
Oh
it's
my
that
god.
episode where the girl gets the Lexus, but she gets it before her birthday party and
Oh,
she's
and
like
she's so
pissed.
pissed.
Yeah, she's like, "You ruined my party. I wanted it at my birthday party." And I'm literally like throwing up because could you imagine saying that to your mom? Can anyone listening right now imagine saying that to your parents if they bought you a brand new Lexus for your 16th
No,
birthday?
literally. Like, the thing is this, I want to do a series of, like, where are they now? What are they doing? Are
Well, I'll
they
tell you where one of them is
working?
right now. She's dating Henry Cavill.
Really?
Yes, one of the girls from Super Sweet 16.
What?
Yeah, let me get her
I need to
name. I
see
think that they might be
this.
engaged. Natalie
What?
Viscuso found fame on MTV Super Sweet 16, and they've been dating for 3 years. She's absolutely gorge.
Okay, she's
And
breathtaking.
honestly,
She's
she wasn't really like bad on the show. I remember she came from like I think her mom was like fell on hard times. So she didn't grow up with
oh.
money, and then she went to go live with her dad in Orange County who did have a lot of money. Like he
Oh,
was
okay, well, we
very
can't
wealthy. And
can't
she
fault her
was
for that.
like no, not at all. And
The
but
2
it
of
was just
them is
over.
like,
I mean, can you believe the two of them? You guys, if you have not seen Henry Cable and his
whoa.
girlfriend Natalie, like they are
Oh, she's pregnant.
she's pregnant, okay. Yeah, yeah.
I think.
I
Or
was
she
like, I
maybe
feel
just
like
had a
they're more than
baby?
just dating. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, what a
Wow.
couple.
Oh my god. Whoa, before this, he had a 19-year-old girlfriend?
Oh, uh-oh.
Whoa.
Well, let's not dive too far into that.
Okay.
Um,
Hey.
hey,
Hey,
uh-oh.
Superman.
Whoop,
Okay. Dude, have you seen the
whoop.
new Superman?
Yes. And I actually
Oh,
watched him in he was
he
in a
is.
TV show with Ben Platt called The Politician.
Yeah.
And he was so like good looking in that show. And I was like, who's this guy? But yeah, now he's the new
He
Superman.
is
I think he makes a great
très
Superman.
handsome.
Okay, 100, come on.
Michaela,
I'm
he
just
is.
kidding. Imagine.
He's
No,
very handsome.
he's good looking. He definitely has like that Superman vibe.
I think he might even be more handsome than Henry Cavill.
Whoa,
I know.
dude,
Well, no,
that's
I was watching. Brian
crazy to
showed Brian
say.
showed me the new trailer, and I was like, yeah, I'll go see this. Like,
You know
okay.
it's sus when a hunter agrees to see the movie,
Yeah.
the superhero
I was like,
movie.
yeah, this looks so good.
Dude, we just got this is what I need for. Okay, here's what men in the world need to do. They need to all come together to make these movies and find out who the guys are that the girls are into and put them in the movies, and then your girlfriends and your wives will go and see them with you. That's why so many women went to go see Gladiator 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know? Because you
I
got
know.
Pedro Pascal and Paul Mescal, and they're all in it. And also Pascal and Mescal are the same name, and don't do that.
I literally thought it was Paul Pascal. I thought it was his son.
Pascal. It is.
I thought it was his son.
Also, Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal, like those are the same name.
That's the same name. You're just drunk in one. That's the same name, but drunk.
But drunk. One of them is drunk. Okay. Exactly. But dude, all Michael Bay needs to do is start putting like hot guys in their movies and stop doing it with like Shia LaBeouf. Like, no, I'd like.
Yeah, but also we stand Shia LaBeouf. But yeah,
we used to stand him, but we don't like him anymore. Remember?
Because why? He's back on. He's good now.
No, I think he was bad though because he was abusive.
Oh,
to FKA Twigs or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, forgive
also,
me.
Also, FKA Twigs, dude. What's your name?
That's your name.
I'm telling you right now. I'm adding you right now, dude. I'm doxing you right now.
Right. Can I tell you something? Did you? I don't even know if you ever talked about this. Did you know that you got pushed up from first to second grade, and then you got taken back down?
Yeah, of course I know. It's a cornerstone of my trauma.
No, but you know what? They literally were like, she's so bored in the first grade. She completes all of her tasks on time. She already knows what we're teaching, whatever. So they were like, we recommend her going up to second grade early, and ahead of everyone. And so mom and dad did that. And then the only reason you got taken back down was what? Do you remember?
I think it was because I was struggling with math. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like,
and dude, crazy. But like, let me just say, if there's any parents listening, don't do that.
Well, that's what dad said. He was like, it was so hard because she had made her friends in her second grade class and then had to get pulled back and then
but even more than that, to be like moved up a grade and then moved back down a grade, bro, that's the story of my fucking life. That's one step forward and one step back. And if that's not the story of my damn life, and it like just set, and also to know at such a young age it's because of a particular subject that you were struggling in, that set me up to think I was bad in math for all of my school life until I got to college. And then I realized, oh, this is a thing that I've been telling myself and I've been confirming it over and over again. It's actually not true. I just didn't have great teachers and I didn't have a good mindset about it. And then I got to college and I was getting A+ in every single mathematical, business course I was taking.
You were just a little smarty pants, dude.
I was just a little smarty pants, dude. I was just.
Dad was like, yeah, she was just so bored in first grade. I was like, that's so Michaela.
it's so hard to be
just be like, this is so boring. Nothing more than this. This is all you guys have.
This is all you guys. So literally, I'm like, can we just talk about like, I don't know, like anything ornithology else? Or something? Can we talk about the Roman Empire? Like, is there any way that we can like maybe get a move on talking about world history?
I really quickly I had asked my followers, my friends, some awkward Christmas stories or like holiday stories. And I wanted to share a couple of them because I was taken aback by a couple. Number one, I literally did a call to action for this girl to give me more information because I couldn't believe she did give me more information.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
So, and it didn't add up. The information was actually weirder. So she said, my mother-in-law gifted me a coffin for Christmas. I thought she wanted me dead. And I said, oh, hold on. First of all, where did she get the coffin? Why? Okay. How did she wrap it? How is this addressed? How do you can't just stop at that. And then she
No.
messaged me and said, no. So I guess it was because she just had a baby and she was like, here, you're going to be like, you're going to be need more than this. Like, you're going to be so tired. Like, here's this. Like, you're going to be like
Was it
ran
a
into the
whole coffin or
ground.
was it like a small little figurine?
I think it was like an actual.
There's no way. I need
I
more
don't know. I
information.
need more. I need to ask her more.
I need to know if she gave her just like a little thing and was like, "You're gonna be dead tired," and was just like trying to do like a little practical
Still,
joke, or if she
even if
gave
it's a
her like a
little
full
one or if it's big.
coffins are like 10 grand. Like
That would be the
I'd
most
be like, you couldn't have
elaborate.
gotten me like a gorgeous Chanel. You had to do this for the bit, which by the way, I want the mother-in-law's number to congratulate her on committing to that bit
Iconic.
so
Yeah.
hard that she was willing to do a full
I think
car.
she made it, she said, or something.
She made it, so she
I
made it with
think so.
love.
Dude, but also I would literally, I don't know. Here's the thing.
You would rebuke that
She also,
for a
oh
month
my
of
God, I would
Tuesdays.
rebuke it so hard immediately. I would literally get my
Yeah.
crosses out in holy water and absolutely throw it on everyone around me in my radius. She was like, yeah, it was 30 years ago and I still don't understand. And I'm like, what?
That
What?
is I definitely need more.
I need more. I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna get more.
I need more. I need to
Um,
know, like, does she like, what did she do with it? Was it
yeah.
small? Was it a figurine? Was it an actual one?
Yeah. Also, this one made me absolutely laugh. She said, my mother in law made an annual photo calendar and forced me to show every person each month. Out of the 32 photos, there was only 4 of me.
Oh,
10
no.
of my 10 of my mother-in-law. Didn't include my photo for my birthday month. And she had 2 of her husband on their wedding day during their wedding month, but none of her. I mean, 2 of her son, AKA this girl's husband,
Bro,
from their
that's the
wedding day.
most mother-in-law thing to do.
It's the
It's
most
the
mother-in-law.
most mother-in-law thing. It's
It's
so they're just they like some mother-in-laws, and thank God I don't have this issue. Some mother-in-laws have this incredible talent
yeah.
to be so underhandedly shitty. And I'm like,
That's
is
like the
this
most
a
shitty.
skill that you guys like? What is it? And do you think it's more boy moms that behave this way? Because it kind of feels like it. It
Yeah.
kind of feels like the mother in laws feel a type of way. And I mean, you're
Yeah.
a boy mom. How do you feel? Are you going to be weird like that? What do you think? Are you going to
No,
be
because I've heard actual
overprotective?
horror stories. I want whoever my son ends up marrying, whoever that might be, I want that person to literally be like, oh my God, we want to be around her because she's so chill. She
Yeah,
doesn't pressure us for anything. She just is
right.
so
I
helpful
couldn't
and
imagine you
kind.
not being like that, you
I
know?
literally don't wanna be, but, like, here's the thing, I always see videos that are like, "Oh my god, I just realized I'm gonna be from dad's side of the
The
family."
dad side of the mother-in-law, that's
You know what
right.
I mean? It's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
no."
That's so
Um,
funny.
that's so funny. Okay, another one, which was so weird. My sister gave my stepdad a brown bag with condoms, lube, and a cock ring. Weird.
Stepdad? Sister, stepdad,
Yeah.
okay. That's so weird.
Weird. I actually can't even think about how that would not be weird. Um
These have to be gags, like, these have to be, like, white elephant, weird gags, right?
Wait, this is so funny. This girl said, I received a stuffed snowball as a gift. And then she said, then in my early 20s, my boyfriend gave me a gift he thought was perfect. Another stuffed snowball.
Wait, what do you mean stuffed
What do
snowball?
you mean
Like a
stuffed
stuffy?
snowball? What is that? That's so
No,
funny. And is it 2 different people? That'd be so funny. Everyone's like, "This girl,
this
I don't
girl
know, something about her
loves
is
a
giving
stuffed
me a
snowball.
stuffed snowball."
It's like that thing that they talk about where it's like you say you liked something a little bit one time to your parents,
Yeah,
and then they
that's
give
it.
you that thing for the
That was
rest of
like
your
you
life.
with Hello Kitty. Dad would give you Hello Kitty for like the rest. Yeah,
No, it
forever.
was Betty Boop.
No, and Hello Kitty
I know, but
and
I did
unicorn
like Hello
stuff.
Kitty. This is the funny thing is that I did like Hello Kitty. I do love
Oh.
Hello Kitty. Who doesn't love Hello Kitty? Who
Yeah, but you're
doesn't look
not.
at Hello Kitty and go, "Aw,
Yeah.
love her."
No, completely. But also, this is so funny too because this is so our family. Uh, we were playing Uno at our house. I played a
Uh-huh.
card. My dad got mad, thought I was cheating the entire time. He ended up telling me to leave, and I left without a purse. We argued almost a year over Uno and didn't talk that whole time.
Oh my god,
That
dude, that
is
is so our
our family.
family.
That's our
That
family
is
over that what was the
so
game that we played?
taboo. Of course it's
Taboo.
called taboo.
Oh my god, dude, that's
Dude, I
so
think
our
that almost
family.
fractured our relationships and our family with
Because
one
you
single
and dad
game.
are very competitive.
But this is why me and dad now are like always on the same team. Because if
Yeah,
me and
because I
dad are on
can't yeah,
opposing teams, it's like
not good for anyone.
Mach 10. It's not
Yeah.
good. Like it's and I even told dad, I was like, I'm not gonna be there this Christmas. You're not gonna win all of the games. And dad's like, we probably just aren't gonna play any since
We're
you're
not
not
gonna play
gonna
any
be.
games.
I was
There were no
like,
games. Well, it was so funny because we were like, "What do we do for like Christmas dinner?" And we're like, "Oh, we might like make lasagna or something." And like, I just
oh
know you'd
God.
be like, "Yeah," you're
Yeah. I'd
like,
be
"No."
like, no,
You're like,
absolutely
"Where's the
not.
ham?"
Where's the ham?
This is funny. This girl says, "Nana gave me a beaded roach clip for Christmas. She thought it was a golf shot counter."
Oh
Oh
no, not a
no,
roach clip.
that's so funny.
That's so weird. Oh,
That is
I
so
love it.
weird.
Nana.
This Nana,
Nana, you
this girl
goose.
said, "My husband's grandpa called me plump for breeding when we first met."
Oh, no, not plump for
Not plump for
breeding. Also, not coming from a
breeding.
grandpa.
God dang it. Um,
But
I
also,
mean,
I'm changing that in my bio. That's gonna
plump
be
for
my new
breeding is
Instagram
so
bio.
good. Hey
Plump for
guys, it's me.
breeding.
I'm plump for breeding. Um, this I'll do one more. Mother-in-law gave me a certificate for a lip waxing. Only the
Oh,
lip waxing. I don't
oh,
even get my lip waxed.
oh. Oh no, dude! That's like when you go to the nail salon and they're like, "Do you need your upper? Do you need upper lip too?"
Dude.
When you, or if you like go
No,
get your brows
literally.
done, like upper lip too, and you're just like, "I guess."
I mean, literally though, dude. They always ask, and it's just like, are you freaking kidding me?
That's actually
Unbelievable.
so crazy. I
So
was
crazy.
watching someone did something similar to that, and one person was she was sitting there with her husband and they were talking about it. And she was saying that one year he gave her a clothes drying rack,
Yeah.
like for drying clothes. And she was just like, what the fuck is this? And it was just so funny. It's funny because Martin and I were talking, and he was saying, he was like, one thing that like I don't really believe in is getting a gift for somebody that like you're both gonna benefit from.
Yeah, no, that's
You
not a
know?
fun gift.
It's not like a fun gift, you
Yeah.
know? Like it's like I don't know, and I agree with that. It's like
Yeah.
don't get someone a gift that like you're both gonna like. I guess if it's like a trip or like
Yeah.
going to Disneyland for instance is like one thing because like obviously we got to go together and that's fun. But if it's like a thing, like
Also, how do you feel about gifts? Like, so for instance, it's so funny because I've had the hardest time having to withhold my gifts from Brian because they've been things that he would desperately need over the last week or
mm,
so. Like, for instance, I got him a parka because he
right,
needed a new one so bad. And it's been so cold. So I gave it to him early. And then like there's
yeah.
some other things that I'm like, fuck, he could have really benefited from that. It's like, how do you decide, right?
I know. That is tough. That's but you know what? You just have to hold out. You gotta hold out.
I
Because
know.
especially your husband, he loves to open things.
Oh, he
Your
loves
husband
to open
loves a
things,
gift.
dude. I have half a mind to wrap everything in the stocking just so he can have more to
Something
open.
to open.
No, he
I
does so
know.
much. Are you kidding me,
I
dude?
will say I will say, Brian is like one of the funnest people to shop for.
Oh, he is. Yes. He's so
He's
fun. Is
actually
he your
really
secret Santa?
easy. No,
Oh.
I'm not telling you.
Who's your secret Santa? You
I'm
already told
not
me.
telling you. No,
Secret
that's
Santa's
not
a
who it is.
bust this year.
No, I know Secret Santa is such a buzz. Well, because mom was supposed to take my gift there. So
After
that's okay.
I paid a freaking fortune
I'm taking it
to
to
get Martin's there.
the airport. I'm taking it to the post office today so that it
Oh,
gets sent
really?
out. Yeah. So
Michaela, do not do anything overnight. Make it snail mail. It doesn't matter when it gets here. I'm telling you right now, you are going to have to take out a mortgage. I'm in the wrong business. I need to
we're in the
become
wrong business. Do we need to open up a post office because what
because
the
literally it's
fuck?
insane.
No,
I
it's
literally was like, "How
insane.
much is it for overnight?" She was like $277. I was like,
That's crazy. Okay, fine. It'll go snail mail to you.
"Please."
Yeah.
Anyways, guys,
Well,
listen.
someone's not gonna
God,
have something to open though on when
it's
we're doing
fine.
Secret Santa.
Such is life.
Such is life.
Mom won't either
I know. Well, that's on her
because mom's is here.
because mom's got COVID.
Yeah.
Um, It's so funny, though, because I bet if I was going out there, nobody would be sick. Nobody
I'll
would
bet
have COVID.
you invite her over Christmas morning. She's going to be there.
She's going to show up. There's going to be a negative COVID test somehow, some way that I can probably reverse Google image search and find 700 of them. That's okay. It's fine. We believe women. We listen and we don't judge. You guys, Merry fucking Christmas. We love you. We are so grateful for you guys. And like, I feel like our community's gotten even stronger over this last year.
Yeah.
And like,
we've gotten weaker.
We've gotten weaker, and maybe we've just have leaned on the community more. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this last year like year since last Christmas has just been really awesome. There's been so much growth with the podcast, and so like, gosh, I really feel like we've connected so much recently and we've really seen like the community and where it's at. And we just absolutely adore you guys. We thank you so much for like just spending the year with us. And I know your time is so precious, but we are so, so appreciative of you. And we hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, holiday,
Feliz
whatever
Navidad,
it is.
happy
Feliz
Hanukkah,
Navidad.
happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, wherever you celebrate. We hope we are whispering in your ears. And please, as a Christmas gift to us, go leave a review, a nice review. And yeah, it really helps us out. And we so appreciate it. And we love you. And we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
In Jesus' name, amen. See you guys next year.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. You can catch a new episode of Model Citizen every Thursday. And please don't forget to follow the podcast so you don't miss any of the action. We want to hear from you. So please leave a rating and review and follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes action at Hunter McGrady and Michaela McGrady. And don't forget, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are capable of doing all wonderful things. Bye, guys.